Hi Internet, I'm John Appleseed. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we do a daily crossword puzzle. And today we have the Sunday New York Times crossword from February the 1st, 2026. The constructors are Lance Enfinger and John Kugelman. Will Shortz is the editor, and the title of the puzzle is Comical Mutation. We'll have to figure out what that means. It will be some kind of hint to the theme. One across is meter in a video game, showing a character's health. I think that's the life bar. One down is person from the neighborhood, a local. Two down, volunteers offer. I will. You're volunteering to do something. I will do it. Boogeyman for three down. Fiend, perhaps? Not sure about that. Four down, maker of bikini so teeny. Nail polish. Okay, Opie and Essie are the two nail polish brands that show up in the New York Times crossword. I've done some research on them. Five down, breakthrough K-pop group. I think that's BTS. Six down, horror director Astor. Don't know. And seven down, most suggestive. Maybe raciest. Racy can mean suggestive. Food additive named one of Time's 50 worst inventions. I think that's Olestra. Remember when they were selling Olestra potato chips, which did bad things to your digestive system? So let's take out I will, as I turn off the air conditioning here to stop the noise. 23 across, Canio in Pagliacci, for example. And this is in italics. It was comic mutations. I'm not quite sure what the answer is. 26 across, prefix with business. Agribusiness is a field, agricultural business. 29 across, get tuckered out. And volunteers offer now is I'll go, I will go, send me. Boogeyman is boogeymen, it's plural, isn't it? So fears, your boogeymen are what you are afraid of, your fears. So Pagliacci is an opera that has, at least one of the characters is a clown. I think Pagliacci means the clowns in Italian, if I remember right. So is this something like class clowns? Or a classic clown? Ari could be a plausible first name for the horror director Astor. So we take class clowns and we mutate it to classic clown. I think it's something like that, or a classical clown. So we get those two extra letters in there we need. So it is a clown from classical music, from opera. Canio is a clown, I assume, so classical clown. We're mutating class clown, the phrase, to classical clown. Okay, I think this is kind of what the theme is going to be. 8 across, relative of a gazelle. What's another kind of African antelope kind of animal? Maybe an impala. 21 across, keep cruising, say, don't know. 8 down, like the Eid al-Fitr festival. That is the end of Ramadan or the beginning of Ramadan? I think it's the end. What is it like? I don't know. Islamic, yeah, okay. 9 down is department store eponym. Somebody that a department store is named after would be Macy, I think, Macy's department store. 10 down, sorry, pale lager, informally. Is that a Pilsner, a Pils? I'm kind of guessing there. And 11 down, blank gobi Indian potato dish is aloo gobi. Yes, I've learned aloo when it refers to Indian cuisine means potato. I've learned that from crossword puzzles. 12 down, feeling down. You're feeling low. 13 down, blank Taylor, fashion retailer is Ann Taylor. And sail on for keep cruising. 21 across. 27 across, my house, my rules. Who says so? I say so. And 29 across, get tuckered out is to lose steam. There we go. 24 down, Sapporo. Competitor, I think, is a Japanese beer. I don't know if it's a Pils or not, but I think Asahi is another Japanese beer. Also a newspaper in Japan. Grab the chips and dip. Is that like dish in, maybe? Grab the chips and dip. I'm not sure about that. Okay. Oh, cash in. You grab your poker chips and you dip, you take off, you leave, you're cashing in at the end of the game. Okay, 14 across. Let's try this corner. Office square. A post-it might be a square piece of paper on your cubicle wall in your office. 22 across, on which Apple Pay can be used. An iPhone. 25 across, noxious atmosphere. Don't know. And 28 across, QB Drew, whom Tom Brady ultimately replaced. Drew, not quite sure. 14 down, home of the Preakness Stakes. Don't know that. Early TV role for Ron Howard. He played Opie on the Andy Griffith Show. As the theme song went. So I think he played Opie. Shad is a kind of fish. Waiter, bring me shad roe. As the song goes, like frisbees in some salads, we can have tossed salads. You can toss a frisbee around. Not stereo for 18 down is in mono. 19 down, hard-boiled Chinese snack. Don't know that. A miasma is a noxious atmosphere, I think. Drew Bledsoe, I think, is the name of the quarterback that Tom Brady replaced. 34 across, school subject could be English, abbreviated like that. Subject is abbreviated in the clue, so we'll have to abbreviate the answer as well. A tea egg, is that a hard-boiled goes with egg, so that must be a Chinese snack. And 37 across, a news hound. So dog, yeah, that fits with hound. So what's the phrase that we're altering? I'm not sure. 32 across, Indian wedding gear. Is a sari a wedding garment, or I don't really associate saris with weddings, but I don't know that much about them. 32 down, cake not to be eaten. Don't know. 33 down, French for after is après. I believe there might be another word. 28 down, bowler's edge. The bowler is a kind of hat here, I think, the brim of a hat. And Pimlico is a racetrack I've heard of, so let's put that in for the home of the Preakness Stakes. We'll try sari for what you might wear to an Indian wedding. News hound. A topical dog? Top dog? Okay. So we took class clown, we added the letters ICAL to make it classical clown. If we take top dog, which is a phrase, and we add those same letters, we get topical dog, which might refer to somebody reporting the news or pursuing the news. 39 down, caustic solutions, I think, are lies. 38 down, furthermore, and 32 down, cake not to be eaten. So I'm thinking of a urinal cake. What's another kind of cake that begins with S-O? A soap? A cake of soap? Yep. 37 down, hammer wielder. Thor, the hammer wielder from Norse mythology and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. 44 down, orbit. Not sure. 36 down, Barry Bonds. And Shohei Ohtani for short. Both baseball players. Are they both play for National League teams? NLers? No. So I'm not sure. 44 down, orbit. 46 across, nearsighted person. I'm nearsighted, so I know that nearsightedness is called myopia, and a myopic person is a myope. 52 across, subterranean adventurer. Subterranean, underground adventurer. Don't know. 61 across, Dropbox and Roblox. I think those are both apps. Maybe this is National League Most Valuable Player. NL MVPs for Barry Bonds and Shohei Ohtani. That fits for 36 down. 44 down, orbit. Still don't know that. Okay. 40 across, atomic bond, essentially. Okay, so I want it to end in ICAL. Atomic bond. Nope. 45 across, many visitors to national parks. Don't know that. 51 across, Italy's third largest island after Sicily and Sardinia. Don't know. 58 across, cutesily. Totes, adorbs. Could it be adorbs? It fits. 65 across, some electrolysis targets. Electrolysis is hair removal, right? So is some kind of follicles or something like that? I don't know. 40 down, mother of Helios in myth. Helios the sun, maybe Gaia the earth? Not sure I'm remembering that right. 41 down, metaphor for a runaway success. Nope, 42 down, Gen Z put down of an elder. Okay, boomer. I think that works. 43 down is bit of wisdom. A pearl of wisdom is the phrase. 30 down, blemish could be scar or scab maybe. Fixes as a driveway. Tars, you can tar a driveway, I guess. Many visitors to national parks. I want this to be an R for scar. Askers, they ask questions of the Rangers? I don't know about that. Okay, I think we'll take out Gaia. I think that's wrong. And we'll make it two-part harmony, changing it to two-particle harmony. So not the letters ICAL, but that pronunciation, that suffix ical, spelled a different way. Two-part harmony becomes two-particle harmony, and we get two particles bonding at the atomic level in harmony, and that is an atomic bond. Okay, so I think it's hikers for the visitors to national parks. 51 across. Elba is an island. I never knew it was near Italy. That's the same island where Napoleon was exiled. Thea and Adorbs. Okay, I think that fits. Can't really think of Thea as a character from mythology. A wild what is a metaphor for a runaway success? Don't know. 59 down, common diner order, maybe BLT, you might get at a diner. Rodgers and Hammerstein musical setting. South Pacific or the Swiss Alps or what else? Don't know. 66 down, stick on a table. A stick of butter, a stick of, or is it to put something on a table, to place something on a table? Don't know. 52 down, lead into tech. Don't know. 53 down, primatologists' interest. Someone who studies primates might have apes as one of their interests. Orbit is something? In the subterranean, adventurer, a caver, a spelunker, one who explores caves is a caver. Caltech is a school. Eye sockets. An eye socket is an orbit. I think that works. I think that's another term for where your eye goes. So some electrolysis targets. Okay, so that I know we're using the ical ending, but not necessarily spelled the way I thought it was going to be. So follicle, and it would be falls of something. 73 across is Downton Abbey Countess. Don't know that. 80 across, city where LeBron James was born. I think he was from Ohio, maybe Akron. 68 down, gold in Guadalajara. The Spanish word for gold is oro. 69 down, London granny is Nan. Like Volvo and Nokia by origin. Volvo is a Swedish car company. I think Nokia is a Finnish phone company, so maybe Nordic would fit both of those countries. Some electrolysis targets. Follicles on what? 55 down, give the cold shoulder. Without is to ice someone out. 56 down, grating voice. Don't know. 54 across, Aaron Burr blank. The Hamilton show tune. Pardon me, are you Aaron Burr, sir? Why, sure. Who's asking? Oh, sure, sir. I've tried that song about 3 times in the puzzle. I always mess up the lyrics. I guess I've got to listen to that album again. 62 across, a hailed vehicle is a cab. 56 down, grating voice could be a rasp. And 63 down, photog's undergrad degree, maybe a Bachelor of Fine Arts could work there. follicles on one's face. You can fall on your face. Falls on one's face becomes follicles on one's face, and you might target those with electrolysis if you have a mind to do so. 47 across, messing up on the big screen. So I've seen clues like this before. I think this is Deborah Messing, the actress who is up on the big screen. She is a messing on the screen. Great number. Don't know. 64 across, show interruptions. No. 48 down, arcane technique. Not sure about that. 49 down, iron-rich variety of fertile soil. Don't know that either. Exclamations in nurseries. Not sure about that. Okay, let's keep going. 74 across, warm winter coats. Parkas. Maybe we'll have better luck over here. 71 across, partner of vigor. Vim and vigor is a phrase. 71 down, number twos could be vice presidents. Wildfire, it took off like wildfire, metaphor for a runaway success. That fits for 41 down. 76 across, like some early education for short. That could be pre-kindergarten or pre-K for short. Bit of a character. A serif is that little line at the bottom of a typeface character. New Zealander is a Kiwi, someone from New Zealand. Government campaign watchdog will be the Federal Elections Commission, FEC. 72 across, letter symbolizing the ratio of a circle's circumference to its radius. So that's not pi. That a Greek letter that begins with T is probably tau. Oh, Anna and the King was set in Siam. Shall we dance on a bright star? Messing up all the lyrics. On a bright cloud of music, shall we fly? Shall we dance? Okay, so Q stick is the stick on a table. Siam is where Anna and the King was, or The King and I was the name of the musical version. Anna and the King was the play or the book, I think. WC sign, water closet, a bathroom, might have men on it. 79 down, one studied in the art of invisibility, maybe a ninja. We'll try and get a good song with the proper lyrics at some point in this video. 84 across, conspiring with, in bed with, metaphorically. 80 down, touch is to abut, to butt up against something. 85 down, Scottish refusals are nays. And this theme clue, Mainzel hosted, check. Hatches battened, check. We're nautical. It's going to have nautical in it. And it'll be some kind of pun on we're not. I don't know. 70 down, standard battle wear, armor. 48 down, that's the arcane technique, a black art, like a ninja might practice. 49 down, the iron-rich variety of fertile soil. And I'm not sure about that still. 81 across, blemish. Let's try mark there. 86 across, Spice Girl. Along baby, ginger, scary, and posh. I think the fifth one is sporty spice. Vodka in blue bottles is sky, I think, with two Y's. Mainzel hosted, check. Hatches battened, check. We're nautical ready. No. Don't know this soil name. Great number? What makes a great number? And show interruptions. Shows are interrupted by ads. Red earth might be an iron-rich soil. Okay. Great number is a sled of something. Is that a lot of something? A slew of something. Oh, and people caring for babies might say aw all the time. Aw, how cute. Okay. Red earth, a slew of something is a lot of something, a great number of something. That works. We're nautical We're not worthy becomes we're nautical worthy, we're seaworthy. Our mainsails are hoisted, our hatches are battened. We're ready for whatever comes. We're ready to go to sea. Okay, 94 across. Shark's singing rival in West Side Story. Let's try this one. When you're a jet, all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day. Okay, so something about a jet. It's a musical jet. Music jet isn't really a phrase. Something jet. Okay, Jets and Sharks were the rival gangs in West Side Story. Director Kazan is Elia or Eli E. Might be that. It might have an E at the end. With zeal. Not sure. 99 across. Something a judge shouldn't have. Bias. Rabidly for doing something with zeal. 98 across. Yankee great Gehrig is Lou Gehrig. 105 across, never mind. Amnesia, if you can never remember something. There is a question mark, so it is some kind of joke or pun. I'm not sure about amnesia. 112 across, two blank schooner, maybe a two-masted schooner that is nautical worthy and ready to go to sea. Lacking scruples, amoral. With a level head. Sanely, maybe. I think it'll end in an L. Close up type is to seal, like the battened hatches. I'm going to keep referring back to that clue. 106 down, raison d'être, the reason for being in French, borrowed into English as a phrase, is fueled by, runs on. Learjet becomes lyric jet. A lyrical jet, a jet who is featured in the lyrics of the song. Okay, I like that. Pack carriers are llamas. Sanely looks right for with a level head. And crack open, you might make a crack at someone beginning yo mama, I guess, if you have that kind of relationship. Amnesia for never mind. Okay, I'll allow it. 97 across, corral. Not sure. 100 across, very rude email. Informally, a poison or nastygram, I'm not sure. 108 across, neglectful. Nope. 113 across, our last themed answer, frozen treat for Bruins fans. Have something to do with icicle. The Bruins is an ice hockey team in Boston. Thinking words that end in ickle. Icicle might be one. 118 across, storm, say, don't know. 121 across, thickets. Copse is a thicket-like bunch of vegetation. 113 down, Zippo, competitor. Zippo the lighter here. I think Bic also makes lighters in addition to pens. 114 down, co-producer of the documentary The Beatles, Get Back. I'm going to guess HBO for that. Haven't seen it or heard of it. Invitation letters is RSVP. 109 down, Uber predictions in brief, might be your estimated time of arrival. ETAs, style, mode perhaps. Neighbors of premolars, cuspids or canines. Molars are teeth. I think cuspids would be the ones neighboring your molars. Storm, say. Maybe this is invade. Could be canines. For the teeth. I like invade for storm. It keeps the V for RSVP, the A for ETAs. Style can be mode. Yeah, this is going to be Boston something. Boston is the home of the Bruins. Yoko Ono, maybe she co-produced the documentary Beatles Get Back. Okay. Neighbors of premolars. Let's try canines now that we've got some of those crossing letters. Neglectful is remiss. Audibly shocked. A gasp or aghast. Landlords, more formally, are lessors, I think is the legal term for one who leases a property to somebody else. Corral is to cage in an animal. Loretta of MASH is Loretta Swit, who played Major Houlihan. Small keg size is a pony. I think I've heard of that. So let's try Nastygram for the very rude email. One down. Fill in a mill. Grist for the mill is a phrase. 102 down. Right-hand page is the recto as opposed to the verso, the left-hand page. Strike zone. A place where people go on strikes. Not sure. Mike or Michael in movies. Mike Myers from the Austin Powers films and others, and Michael Myers, the bad guy in the Halloween films. Bank on is to rely on it, to rely on. On that you can rely. It's still the same old story. A fight for love and glory. The case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. So Boston Pops is the name of the symphony orchestra in Boston. We're changing it to Boston Popsicle to make it relate to ice hockey. I think Edgar Allan Poe wrote the bells for 115 down. 116 down is Fenway Team. That's the Red Sox. Play in Boston. Grist for the mill. Recto. I put in Rooster for noted early riser. Embarrassing items to have revealed on an airport x-ray. Sex toys, I guess. And strike zone is an alley in a bowling. A bowling alley is where you might have strikes occur, so I think Y will finish the puzzle. There we go. Just under a half hour. A couple good songs. Not all of them with the correct lyrics, but I'll try and do better next time. I like this theme. At first I thought we were going to have the same letters. ICAL. Class clown becomes classical clown. Top dog becomes topical dog. Once I got two-part harmony becoming two-particle harmony. We've got different spellings going on here. We've got follicle spelled that way, nautical spelled. That's the ICAL ending. Do we have a different one? Lyrical and popsicle, ICLE. So two different ways to spell that suffix ickle, and that was pretty fun. A clever theme. I like that. What were some of the ones that gave me the most trouble? I think OK Boomer came pretty quickly. SE, Opie and SE, I'm kind of attuned to looking for those. I wasn't sure about pills, but the crossing ones gave me some confidence about that. Miasma. I wasn't sure about Drew Bledsoe. It kind of rings a bell, but I wasn't sure if I had that name correctly. I was kind of... Tempest Bledsoe was one of the actresses on The Cosby Show, and I was a little bit afraid I was thinking of the wrong name there. Yeah, but I enjoyed this puzzle. If you tried this one, please let me know in the comments how you found it, and if you found anything particularly difficult or enjoyable, and what you thought about the theme. So thanks so much for joining me. Please come back for more puzzles and games, and I'll see you next time.